Dear students, pleasant greetings of the day. I am Nosheen ma'am, and in today's session I am going to discuss with you another topic of chapter 2, which is present and future value of money. This topic is very important in real life as well because it helps you to make better investment decisions. So you can always remember this formula whenever you have a choice given to you whether you should invest and for how much time period you should invest. You can use these formulas in real life. So let's discuss these concepts in detail. So, choice of investments in general for all the households and individuals depend on the present and future value of money. So, if you know the future value of money at some rate of interest and for the time period given, you will be able to make a judgment whether it's worthy to invest in a certain scheme or it's better to keep the money as cash and in the present. In order to calculate the future value of money, one needs to know present amount of money and number of years one wishes to invest it. So future value of money can be calculated through this easy and simple formula. Original amount, which basically means how much money you have in your hand which you want to invest, multiplied by 1 plus interest rate per period. So interest rate per period is generally given. So from whichever institution you are taking a particular scheme, whether it's a post office or it's a banking institution or a financial institution, they will give you the rate of interest per period, and you need to add this with 1. So 1 plus interest rate per period, the whole raised to number of years or periods. So that is your judgment. Mostly you have a choice that for how much money you want to, how much years or how many months you want to invest that money. So future value is equal to original amount into 1 plus interest rate per period, the whole raised to number of years or periods. In short, F, which stands for future value, P, which stands for original amount, so P is the present value, multiplied by 1 plus I, the whole raised to n. Let's try to work out with the help of a straight example. So supposingly you have to calculate future value of money. If present value of money is given as rupees 10,000, the rate of interest is 4.5% and the number of years to be invested are 3. What would you do? You will just put all these figures in the previous formula. So present value of money is 10,000 into 1 plus 0.05, which is the rate of interest. So please note that the rate of interest is not to be written directly as 4.5. You need to convert it in decimals because we are looking at it out of 100. So 0.05 plus 1, the whole raised to 3, because these are the years of investment. So 10, that gives us 10,000 into 1 plus 1.045, the whole raised to 3, and when you multiply this and you get the answer, that is 11,411 rupees approximately. So what does this mean? How do you interpret this? You can interpret this by comparing that the present value of money was 10,000, but if you are given a choice that you can invest it in a scheme which gives you a rate of interest of 4.5% and you are willing to invest for 3 years, then the amount of money that will turn out to be in future would be 11,411 rupees. So this is definitely a good option because here the amount of money is increasing over the period of time. However, sometimes we may also be required to know the present value of money in case it is not known to us in terms of some future value which has been given. So for this we can take an example. Supposingly you have been given an option that you can either have rupees 15,000 as cash today or rupees 18,000 in future. So supposingly you participated in some event and you won something. So the award is that you either choose that you have something today, rupees 15,000, worth rupees 15,000, or you get something in future which is worth rupees 18,000. So what would you choose? Whether you will choose rupees 15,000 today or rupees 18,000 as cash in future, you may have to then calculate the present value of rupees 18,000 before you make a decision. So let's work out this example. So supposingly the interest rate is 4% and future value of money is 18,000, one may find out its present value using the following formula. It's a very straight formula based on the previous formula itself. So present value is equal to future value multiplied by 1 plus I, the whole raised to minus n. An easy way of working out is you just divide 1 plus I the whole raised to minus n with future value of money. So let's find out the present value of rupees 18,000 if the number of years is 3 and judge the better alternative. So either you get rupees 15,000 as cash today, or after 3 years you get rupees 18,000. What would be a better option? So present value of money can be calculated by putting all of these numerical figures into the formula. That gives you 18,000 divided by 1 plus 0.04, because 4% is the rate of interest. So the whole denominator raised to 3. So 18,000 divided by 1.04, the whole raised to 3. What answer do you get? You get rupees 16,014 approximately. So this is the present value of money of 18,000 that you will get after 3 years. You can say that the present value 16,000 rupees, 16,014 rupees is actually greater than 15,000 that you are planning to keep as cash. So the better option is to wait and get 18,000 rupees in future after 3 years. If this amount would have been lower than 15,000, then you could have made a decision of taking cash 15,000 now rather than investing it. But because here the present value is greater than 15,000 rupees, so it's better to wait and get higher amount in future. To conclude, time value of money helps to distinguish between the worth of investments that offer you returns at different times. Present and future value of money is a part of intertemporal decision making. Intertemporal decision making is a concept which is very useful because that's what most of us deal with. So intertemporal decision making means making a decision between 2 or more than 2 time periods. So you are not making decision only in one time period, rather than you're comparing your investment. So supposingly you invest for 15 years today, and after 15 years you get the amount, or you are making a decision for your retirement today. So you are actually doing a intertemporal decision making. So sometimes we may invest for retirement, sometimes we may invest just for 1 or 2 years because we are planning a holiday outside, or there's a family function for which you are saving your money. So depending upon your various needs and wants, one may decide to invest it for short term or long term basis. So whenever you are making an investment for 2 or more than 2 time periods, you're making a decision at young age for your retirement, or you're making a decision of investment during retirement years for your very old age, all these are examples of intertemporal decision making, and the concept of present and future value of money is very useful for this. I hope you could understand this term. Now there are 2 exercises for you. So you need to work out that what would be the future value of rupees 3,000 if you invested in SBI if the rate of interest offered is 8% and the period is 3 years. And the second exercise is of the present value of money. So you need to find out the present value of money today in 2020 whose sum assured in 2024 is 1 lakh with the rate of interest 5%. So try to work it out as an exercise, and we can discuss the same in the class when we resume or online. Till then, all of you take care, have a very good time. Thank you for your patient listening, and we will meet soon again. Till then, take care. Thank you.